Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name is Sadaf, and I'm a predoctoral intern at the UCLA Counseling and Psychological Services, or CAPS. I know that these are really challenging times on so many different levels. I hope that you know you're not alone in this. We are putting these videos together as a brief introduction to hopefully much longer conversations with you. In this first video, I hope to convey to you that our emotions are an important part of our everyday living. And so let's get to know them better to then see what can be helpful for us knowing that they are a real part of life. So even though we all have our unique emotional experiences and hardships, we also know that there are 6 universal or basic emotions that in one way or another we all experience, no matter where in the world we are, what our culture is, and what our personal experiences have been like. And these include happiness, sadness, anger, fear, surprise, and disgust. And of course, these are just a few basic ones that we collectively experience, but of course the intensities change and our situations are all different. And it turns out that we have these emotions because they actually give us important information about our environment. You might think, how is my environment making me feel? What about this relationship? What about the society or all these changes? If we are noticing that we are anxious or sad or angry, it might signal to us that there's something really stressful about our environment going on that's needing attention. And also, we use emotions to communicate with each other in our relationships. So in some ways, all of our relationships are built on our emotional experiences as well. And they are adaptive in that they can help us understand what we are needing in the moment and in general. So for example, if I'm feeling sad about my relationship with someone, I can use this as a flag that something is needing attention. And I know that sometimes it can be really hard to know how or what we are feeling. Maybe because we have a lot of thoughts that are distracting, or there's just a lot going on, so it's hard to access our emotions. But to get to know our feelings better, sometimes it's really helpful to slow down our thoughts. And maybe by focusing on the present moment, taking breaths in between our thoughts, creating less distracting environments, and overall being more mindful of what's really going on for us inside, we can access some clarity. And then start trusting and naming or labeling your experience. What is it that you're noticing? Because it's likely got something important to tell you. And if you still find it difficult to identify your emotions, maybe it's easier or more helpful to go back to those 6 basic ones that we talked about, the universal emotions, just to start with. And also, I just put this in here as a resource. This is called the Feelings Wheel. And it's a tool that can help you identify your emotions and also notice that emotions can be nuanced and ever-changing. You can actually just Google a feelings wheel and you'll find many examples of this. I really do want to emphasize for you the fact that it's really, really normal to feel a range of emotions, and that it's normal to feel some of the more difficult emotions like sadness and fear and anger, especially during difficult times. I know that we're not always encouraged to sort of allow ourselves to feel some of the more difficult emotions, but as I briefly mentioned, they're actually universal to some extent. They are adaptive, they're helpful, and they're useful in helping us with our environment, our relationships, and our general well-being. You can use these affirmations to help remind you that you're not alone in this, and that your needs and your feelings are actually valid, and that you have tools, you have access to tools that can help you, whether those are some internal processes that you can use, such as I just mentioned a few here. Of course, this list is not exhaustive, but I hope that you can use it. Some of these tools can help you in the moment with your emotions. And of course, knowing that you always have access to campus resources that are available to you for more support, and again, for longer conversations, maybe in-person conversations or virtual conversations. And some of these resources are happening through CAPS or RISE or CARE. You can either find them online or just use these websites to get in touch with us. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself, and take really good care.